It's blackout night tonight inside the arena, and the Danbury faithful are fired up and ready for some Saturday night hockey as game 2 of this weekend set between the Hat Tricks and the Watertown Wolves is about to get going. For our entire production team, Patrick Grudberg here, minutes away from puck drop at the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat Tricks fans met with a very nice set of handshakes. Very long handshake line from all the kids in the rink tonight. Danbury again wearing their all-black uniforms, special for this weekend. A very nice entrance for the team, who is coming off a tough loss last night, a 4-6 loss against Watertown. They had cut it to 4-3 at one point with a goal from Anton Rupsov, one of his 2 for the night, but it wasn't enough. Watertown snaps a 6-game losing streak of their own and inch only 3 points behind Danbury in the Empire standings. Danbury now entering today at 11-23-3, 42 points, and still in 5th place, now 11 points behind the Blue Ridge Bobcats, who sit in 4th. Watertown at 10-19-2-5, 39 points, and in 6th place. So a win in regulation for the visitors would see them tie Danbury for 5th place. Starters being announced for the Hat Tricks: Zach Desmarais, the newly acquired winger from formerly the Binghamton Black Bears, played some games for them this season. Josh Newberg, the grizzled vet, playing 3rd line center. Josh Tomasi joins the 3 forwards. He scored a goal last night, a power play goal that gave the Hat Tricks a bit of a spark for part of the 2nd period. His first goal since back in October. Ricardo Gonzalez, there he is, in the white pads and the white helmet, getting his 2nd start of his Danbury career. He played in 1 game so far, back on January 10th. It was against the Wolves. That ended up being a 5-8 loss for the Hat Tricks. Gonzalez was pulled in the 2nd period, made 15 saves, and had 5 goals against. Kyle Penton got the start last night, and now Gonzalez in goal tonight. We'll step aside briefly for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, at this time we ask that you kindly stand and remove your caps. Direct your attention to the flag as we honor those who protect our freedom. Playing the national anthem, please welcome Richfield Suzuki School of Music.
What a beautiful rendition of the national anthem from the Suzuki School of Music. We've seen a lot of really awesome rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, but I gotta say, that's up there for one of my favorites this season. Going with the strings, a new take on our country's national anthem. Now we're just minutes away from puck drop here at the DIA. Danbury needing to turn things around tonight ahead of a massive 4-game slate coming up. 4 games against the Indiana Sentinels at the bottom of the Empire Division. Very winnable games if they want to stay alive for this playoff hunt. A look at the starting goalie for the Watertown Wolves tonight. It'll be Matt Lenz in goal, the rookie from Calgary, Alberta. Brandon Colgan got the win last night, so both teams going with their second goalie in between the pipes. Lenz 5-5-0-2, 4-6 goals against average, and an 8.93 save. He's 2-3 against the Hat Tricks outright this season. We'll keep an eye on the out-of-town scores as we did last night. Blue Ridge picked up an overtime win against Topeka. That's why they only picked up 2, not 3 points, but still extending their lead over the Hat Tricks to 11 points. So we'll keep an eye on those tonight. 4 teams off this weekend, only 5 games each night in the Fed. Still plenty of action going on around the league, and we'll keep you updated, especially during our out-of-town score report in the second intermission. We mentioned that it is blackout night in the arena. Every fan who got entry into the DIA tonight got a black towel that they can wave as the game gets started, kind of like terrible towels, but in all black. So we'll see if we get to see a sea of black towels swirling if a Hat Tricks goal gets scored early. And of course, you see all around the arena lots of signs in support of Jonny Ruiz. They're selling Jonny Ruiz t-shirts, Ruiz Strong with his 19 number on the front. I'd encourage all of you to go check it out. The Hat Trick store. And also, most importantly, we mentioned it last night, and I'll of course mention it again, the link to the GoFundMe for Jonny Ruiz's road to recovery is in the description of this broadcast. So please, no matter who you're rooting for, this transcends hockey, this transcends sports. Please donate and check it out and help in whatever way you can. Got some ceremonial puck drops going on. Noah Robinson, Dustin Henning. Dustin Henning reached his 500th career FPHL game a couple weekends ago in this arena. Henning also picked up an assist last night, his 3rd, in addition to some big performances from the Wolves last night, most notably Igor Filipov, who netted a hat trick last night with an assist to boot. He's got 7 points in his last 5. He's got 20 points overall this season against the Hat Tricks. He is the #1 player to watch for the team in white, red, and blue. Another player that stood out was Marcus Grant-Mentis, the newest of the Watertown Wolves. Played earlier this season with the Indiana Sentinels. Only played 2 games for them back in the opening weekend in mid-October, but has joined this group with Justin Coachman and really stood out. He was on the puck a lot last night, showed good speed and puck handling. He netted a goal. Anton Rubtsov for the Hat Tricks was the player of note last night. He's really stepped up his scoring in the absence of some of the player departures, and of course also with Jonny Ruiz out of the lineup. Slotted into the first line wing, playing alongside Noah Robinson and Maxim Mazyarchuk. Mazyarchuk, who is started on the second line last night, now playing first line wing. Austin Belfe moves back down to the second line. It's Greg Sasinski and Jackson Legro, the 2 defensemen, to start out for John Bierchen, the first-year head coach for the Hat Tricks. The towels are flying, the cowbells are shaking, and the DIA is ready for some Saturday night hockey. Hat Tricks and Wolves here in the FPHL. Fired in to start. On the stick of Greg Sasinski, who since joining the Hat Tricks back on December 11th has really established himself as a top 4 forward. That one will go into the back netting. There's a look at Josh Newberg. Leads the Hat Tricks in penalty minutes. the majority of his penalty minutes, in fact. Also a result of the hat tricks and Wolves playing so much, but he has 37 of his 79 penalty minutes against the Wolves. So we'll keep an eye on that as we look at all the penalties tonight. Puck spills right into the front. Lenz collided with a forward, and it's really the wacky bounce in that Danbury corner. This arena provides some wicked pinball deflections in those corners as Gonzalez makes the glove save. .50 gone in the first period. Wolves with an offensive zone faceoff. Taken away by the Hatchers, was given right back, falls for Klink. His shot goes just wide. Battle along the near boards again. A wicked bounce in that corner. If you watch a lot of Hat Tricks games, either on our live stream here or in person, you surely notice that after a while. It happens almost more often than not, where it'll spit out right towards the slot, or at least towards one of the face-off circles. Something to look out for sure, as Ossian tries to clear only as far as Simonchik. Rivers behind the net. Belfay, one-timer. Rivers trying to overtake, now Belfay does. Deep for Rivers, back for Belfay. Backhanded across. And now up towards the blue line. Legro poking it and keeping it in the defensive zone. And batted out of the air by Eli Rivers. His shot off the pad of Lenz. Hand-eye from Eli Rivers to keep the push going. Rivers again in front. Push down. No penalty. As Quinn Shevers is able to escape into the neutral zone. Chris Corrigan will gain the line. Legro threw that one off the referee there. Looks like he took the brunt of that puck on his shin. Linesman still limping. Hopefully he's all right. As Jordan Crom tries to clear. Spins right along the blue line. Again on the stick of Crom. He'll play it forward. And now back with Powers and the Wolves. Quick passing, but not timed up, offsides. Ryder and Benchich. That was what I was mentioning in the pregame. Another banner, Ruiz strong with a 19. A couple of those spread throughout the arena. Hopefully we can show you some of those as the night goes on, as Justin Movalli skates along the wall and will fire it in. McDonald got a stick on it, and Sosinski will fire it in again for Danbury. Loose puck, Robinson, score! An early goal, Noah Robinson. Noah Robinson fires a wrister past Matt Lenz and gives the Hat Tricks an early lead just over 3 minutes into this game. A look at it here. He picks up the loose puck after the attempted clearance right along the half wall. Had some space, gave it a rip, and picks up an early big goal here for the Hat Tricks. Robinson, his 10th of the season, had been in a bit of a slump going into this game, and sort of recently only 3 points in his last 5. This is a forward who has really had to step up, playing consistently on the first line. He's one of the highest point getters on this Hat Tricks team, tied, and now takes the lead at 31 points on the season, coming in tied with Anton Rupsov. Referees just having a look, maybe potentially a goalie interference. They're chatting with the center ice crew here. Not sure if they can get a replay look at it. They do have access to some camera angles that we do not have. Now the officiating crew going over to Justin Coachman to explain what went on. Our officiating crew tonight, Michael Imperio, Anthony Verderisi, Chris Rousseau, and Carmine Vetrano make up the 4. Still a pause as Michael Imperio talking to the Watertown bench. No indication that this is going to be disallowed. And the goal will stand. 1-0 hat tricks. Noah Robinson, his 10th goal of the season, gives Danbury an early lead here in the first. Bouncing puck, Zimmerman giveaway. 2-on-1, Maziarchuk. Robinson almost had 2 goals in a matter of seconds. Lightning start for Robinson in the first line. Maziarchuk slotted into the first line group here and making an immediate impact. It's Stephen Klink the other way. His shot goes wide. Filipov shielding along the half wall. Cycled looking for Mishkin. Went too far, now Zimmerman on the other side. Klink again towards the net. Not a powerful shot, but went towards the goal, now in front with Gonzalez, pinned against his pads, unable to freeze the puck. Yefim Mishkin was in there right in the crease. He's on an 8-game point streak himself and has scored a goal in his last 5 games for the Wolves. Only 4 minutes into this one, and you can feel the energy, especially with an early goal, exactly what John Bierchen would have hoped to start this one in such a critical inflection point in the season. We've seen that a couple times this year. It's easy to say that, but really looking at the schedule, and we'll talk about it more as the game goes on, but this is make or break season right now for Danbury, looking at the stretch of games ahead if they want to sneak into the postseason. Belelf tried to chop it out of the zone. Forced back with Simonchik. Pushed ahead for Frandudo, able to regain the puck. Now for Belelf into the zone. Back for Rivers, off his stick. Stephen Klink with some room down the left side. Klink tied up with Simonchik, and Simonchik whacks Klink with his stick. Gonna be a delayed penalty here. Andrei Simonchik had made a really solid defensive move against the Wolves' best player, but then retaliates with the slash to the shin and will go into the box for 2 minutes. Andrei Simonchik already in 3 games, 23 penalty minutes, make it 25 now in 4 games. Becoming somewhat of an issue for John Bierchen and this group. A 2-minute minor for the Wolves. They scored a couple power play goals last night that really solidified it. And they'll go to work again here. Feathered across for Konstantin Chernyuk, the offensive defenseman that the Wolves have to offer. Benčić, Meshkin at the point. Chernyuk, Klink, surveying. Throws one towards the net and patted away by Gonzalez. Biggest test of the night so far for Gonzalez. Lanover in front. Filipov beats Gonzalez 5-hole and picks up his 4th goal of the series. And the Wolves power play continues to dominate this weekend. Watertown taking a lot of the energy out of the arena after that one. The penalty from Simonchik and the power play goal right away for Igor Filipov. Noah Robinson with some energy behind the net. Can the Hat Tricks respond? 2 goals in the first 5 minutes here. Loose in front. Tied up is Rupsov, turns around and fires. Wide, but the Hat Tricks maintain possession. Cycled again for Rupsov, one-timer. Mazyarchuk blockered away. Picking it up, Corgan down the right wing. Feathered across for Chevers, too high on the sauced pass. Justin Henning pinching in. High over the net. Puck trickles all the way down to the opposite end. Officially Filipov from Stephen Klink. He had a lot of room in front. Klink just waited his time, picked his spot, and was able to pick out a teammate down low in the crease. Benčić over for Henning. Henning sent down, no icing. Greg Sosinski handles. Ahead for Frondudo, tie up. Now puck falling, shot. Missed the net. Back with it is Darian Benčić. Trying to split the middle, goes around the right side, backhanded across. Teammate wasn't there, it was Trevor Newman crashing in just a second too late. Fresh skaters on for Danbury. Simonchik and Fennell on the defensive group. Newman, shot wide. Benčić hit along the boards. Tomasi now trying to clear. Mentioned Josh Tomasi with a big goal last night. Here's Desmarais, angling off the post, coming in from the left wing. Kicked and now into the path of Grant Mentis. Lays off for Filipov. Some space, glove save. A very busy 7.5 early minutes in this one. 2 goals, 1 for each team. It's 1-1 here at the DIA. We'll take a quick break and be back in a bit. This is Danbury Hat Tricks Hockey on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Head over to TK's American Cafe on White Street for 80 different wing flavors and good times. With 30 flat-screen televisions and free Wi-Fi, we're the perfect spot to catch the game or enjoy a night out. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. TK's American Cafe. Make sure to try our hat trick flavor. When life brings legal challenges, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. From business law and real estate to estate planning and litigation, our experienced attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Proudly serving clients across Fairfield County and Western Connecticut. Learn more at danburylaw.com. Nothing freshens like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. From classic Coke to a wide variety of sparkling and still drinks, we've got something for everyone. Learn more at CokeNortheast.com.
1-1, Hat Tricks and Wolves. Offensive zone face-off for Watertown. Igor Filipov now this season, 21 points against the Hat Tricks, almost half of his points coming against Danbury now. As I mentioned, of course, these two teams have played each other quite a lot this season. 13th game. Giveaway, Filipov, good backtracking, Greg Sosinski to snuff it out. Still loose, Klink picks it up, throws it towards the net, and glove saved. Chris Corgan out on the ice on the wing for Watertown. He overlapped with both Eli Rivers and Ricardo Gonzalez on Motor City last season. So somewhat of a reunion, although they have played each other quite a bit, so this is not the first time they've seen each other playing for different teams. Loose puck picked up by Chevers. On net and gloved again by Gonzalez. Early shot summary, 5 shots on goal for each team. It was pretty lopsided in favor of Watertown after the first period last night. 21-8, they won that period. Backhanded over, Belelf tries to line it up. He might have hit the net there, but Len's got a piece. Newman, centered, falling, and a save from Gonzalez down low on the right. Henning shot blocked. Loose at the near half wall. Crom with some physicality on Newman. Newberg picks up the puck. Sent deep. He'll chase with Crom. Pokes it towards Crom, and the Hat Tricks have the puck behind the net. Gets past Sinski. Able to evade the oncoming Grant Mentis. Dumps it back in for Danbury. Kandurka. Caden Kandurka coming in hot there on the forecheck. Benčić. Easy pad save. Crom looking ahead now for Kandurka again. Splitting through a couple opponents, then tied up in the far corner before Chernyuk takes it away. Nearing the halfway mark this period. 1 goal for each team. Noah Robinson got things started in the first couple minutes. And then Igor Filipov with a power play goal for Watertown to tie it up. Chernyuk moves it ahead for Klink, now laid off for Mishkin. Yefa Mishkin, backhand, threw it towards goal, and shouldered and caught by Gonzalez. Still 1-1 here at the Danbury Ice Arena between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Looking for the best in beverage distribution? Choose DiCello Distributors. From Anheuser-Busch to local craft beers, we offer a full range of beer, cider, and non-alcoholic options. Serving New Haven, Fairfield, and Middlesex counties, we're committed to quality service and community. Visit DiCello.com to learn more. Diversified Printing Solutions is your full-service print partner in Danbury. With over 50 years of combined experience, we handle everything from graphic design and branded premiums to bindery mailing and smaller large print runs. DPS doesn't just print, we help you communicate from concept to delivery. Visit us online at dprintingsol.com. Struggling with pain or mobility issues? Turn to Hartsburg Chiropractic Health Center in Danbury. Specializing in posture correction, sports injuries, sciatica, arthritis, and more, our patients rave about personalized care and lasting results. Visit hartsburgchiropractic.com to schedule your consultation.
Back at the Danbury Ice Arena. 13th game between these two teams this season. They still have 3 more, including 1 neutral zone game. One of the first ever neutral site matchups. Neutral site, not neutral zone, as Chernyuk handles the puck in that area. He'll bring it in, hand it off for Klink, who sent it out of play. But yes, a neutral site game between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves in New Jersey on March 21st, if you want to mark your calendars for that one. Next matchup is up in Watertown on March 13th. They play on the road again on the 20th, and then the 21st they'll travel to that aforementioned game a little further south in New Jersey. So the last time these two teams will face off in this arena for the season. Big hit on Belelf. And we've got a fight brewing. And we do. Simonchik going at it with McDonald. 2 fights in 2 nights for the newest hat trick, Simonchik. Throwing haymakers against McDonald. Both tackled to the ice right in front of the Danbury bench. Simonchik wanting more. But Michael Imperio and the officials breaking it up and fires up the crowd. Towels are waving. And big cheers for the hat trick's new bruiser. There's another look at it. Got a couple pretty good punches there on Ian McDonald. McDonald, his jersey kind of got caught up in his head and kind of swallowed him, and probably didn't allow him to even see Simonchik by the end of the battle. And they're still exchanging some words in the penalty box, as you can see right there. McDonald now taking off his jersey to probably readjust his pads as he will sit there for 5 minutes. Referee's now deciding if there's going to be any minors for instigating or anything like that. So no minor penalties. Offsetting 5-minute majors for fighting at 10:46. Andre Simonchik and Ian McDonald. And another really nice sign, prayers for Jonny. Hashtag Ruiz strong. Again, I mentioned it. I have a pretty good view of the entire arena up here in the broadcast booth, and really nice display spread throughout the DIA. Offensive zone draw for Watertown. Brad Ryder in the circle. Won by Newberg, who slotted up to the 3rd line this weekend after playing on the 4th line for most of this season. Pass tails way out and escapes into the stands. That puck had some speed on it. It's a breakout pass looking ahead. Center ice face-off. Newberg wins it again. Fennell fires in. Lenz handling behind the net, got tied up for a minute and couldn't get a full clearance. Legro tied up in the corner. Pride free for Crom. Navigating and now giving up for Trevor Newman. Henning on goal. Forces a save out of Gonzalez. Kanderka held up by Henning. Now taken away for Grant Mentis. Tried the backhand. Newberg tried to chop it away. Powers. That shot hit Newberg in the knee, and he's feeling it. Newberg skating off to the bench now. Robinson on for him, as he took a big chunk of that slap shot. Robinson with some speed into the zone, tied up with his own teammate. Cycled it deep as Zimmerman handles and flips, bouncing puck ahead. Robinson forward again, Maziarchuk this time on the chase behind. Finds Rupsov handling. Back for Maziarchuk up to the point with Mo Valley. Filipov. Incredible breakout pass there, right on the tape of Stephen Klink. Really a no-look pass there. Klink now pinned behind the boards. Robinson takes the puck. Now Rupsov one-on-one down the left side. And again, held up this time by Filipov doing defensive work. Rupsov wins it back for the hat tricks. Puck loose to Sinski. Tried to play deep for Rupsov and does. Now in front from Dudo. Rupsov, maybe a little bit too selfless there. Had some space, played it across from Maziarchuk instead. Again, fired towards the net. Pinballing around in front of Lenz's goal. A very busy first period for both goalies. A lot of action to enjoy in the arena or here on the broadcast. Sasinski lugging it in. Puck bounces towards the crease, and Lenz will freeze and end the busy sequence there in the last 90 seconds. Tie up. Rivers winding up. Couldn't release the shot. Chevers ahead. In by Newberg. Frondudo, excuse me. Frondudo kicked for a teammate. Legro one-timed. Went high over the net. As Chevers tries to break out again. It's been an energetic first period for the Hat Tricks. They look alive and well in the first 14 minutes here. They had the goal from Noah Robinson. And now we'll get an icing. There are some scouts, looks like. Some Boy Scouts in attendance tonight, enjoying some hockey. Yeah, you're on the broadcast, kids. A lot of scout groups in attendance tonight. Get things going again. Tomasi backhands in. Cycles around the boards. Newberg centered. Whiffed on the pass. Tomasi shielding along the half wall, able to move it up for Sasinski. Throws it on net and squeezed by Lenz. Now some shoving after the whistle. Henning with a shove at Desmarais. We didn't talk a lot about Zachary Desmarais last night as one of the newer Hat Tricks. Played 13 games with Binghamton earlier this season, had 5 points, a goal and 4 assists. They actually had an assist for Binghamton against Danbury on October 18th in this arena. It was a 3-0 win for Binghamton. And he'll have a reunion with his old team on February 27th. Klink racing around the outside, centered. Falls for Mishkin. Backhanded across, no one there. Chernyuk, another wacky bounce. That almost went directly in. Chernyuk had no intention of putting that on net. Rupsov with an early shot. Gets his own rebound, tried to backhand it towards Mazyarchuk. It'll fall at the blue line for Sasinski. And an offsides on the re-entry. Maxim Mazyarchuk has looked impressive so far, stepping into his first line role alongside Robinson and Rupsov. Mazyarchuk, a player who has only played a handful of games now for the Hat Tricks, 7 total. He's got 6 points in that span. Played at SUNY Morrisville, where he had 15 points in 25 games. Signed a couple weeks back, and now thrust right into the top 6 for John Birchin. His first goal for the Hat Tricks, in fact, came against Watertown. A really wacky coast-to-coast skate for him. One-timer. Filipov looking for his second goal. Ossian retreats. Hounded by Rivers. Goes behind his goal and now ahead for Brad Ryder. Shielding along the wall. Good physicality from Fennell to free the puck. Four minutes to play in the first period, still 1-1 between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves. Dumped in Crom, chasing with Kandurka. Now Kandurka has an opponent pinned. It's Ossian, who's tied to the wall. Now Greg Sosinski. Kept in by Mo Valley. Good hustle from the veteran defenseman. Ryder picks it up. Now trying to stave off Kandurka as he enters the zone. Good backtracking from Kandurka. Still with the Wolves. Kandurka on the puck again. A long shift for number 13. Lays it off for Crom. And the third line will go to the bench. First line back on for John Bierchin. 3:15 to go in the first. Tipped by Henning. Quickly ahead, Rupsov gains the line. Mazyarchuk laid off for Robinson. Got tied up in his skates, still loose. Lenz trying to claim the puck. He couldn't freeze it. Fennell, slap shot. Hit off an opponent, rebound Robinson. Legro thought about a one-timer, instead cycles deep. Corrigan will feather it all the way down, no icing. And the Wolves survive a quick flurry there from the Hat Trick's first line giveaway. Grant Mentis in the slot, glove save, flashing the leather. Rico Gonzalez bringing us to the under 5 media timeout. Still deadlock here late in the first period, 1-1 Hat Tricks in Wolves. You're watching the Danbury Hat Tricks on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Recover with confidence at Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for sports injuries, post-surgical rehabilitation, and chronic conditions. As the official PT provider for the Danbury Hat Tricks, we specialize in advanced treatments like dry needling, cupping, and KT taping. Visit us online at hatcityphysicaltherapy.com to schedule a consultation. Serving handcrafted drinks, Cash and Live Coffee Creations combine flavor, creativity, and community in every cup. Visit us online at cashandlivecoffee.com or check us out in the Danbury Ice Arena. Cash and Live Coffee Creations, where every sip tells a story. Make your stay comfortable at La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham Danbury. With spacious rooms, free breakfast, and modern amenities, we've got everything you need to relax and recharge. Conveniently located in Danbury, we're perfect for business or leisure travel. Book your stay today at wyndhamhotels.com/La Quinta.
Still 1-1 late period here at the DIA. Another look at the Boy Scouts hanging out up in the top row. Great. Right before the big game tomorrow night, the Super Bowl. Surely a decent amount of Patriots fans in the crowd here in Western Connecticut. Patriots territory probably extends to some part of this area of the state. Zimmerman enters the zone for the Wolves. That might have hit the post there. We heard a bit of a ring. He's trying to play it towards the goal. Grant Mentis handles around Mazyarchuk, who tied him down. Mazyarchuk having an excellent period. Rivers trying to stuff it home. Tried to bat the rebound, but Lenz with a point-blank save. Rivers again behind the net. Trying to fend off Ossian. Puck loose along the far half wall. Mo Valley picks it up. Threw it towards the net. Lenz poked at it. Trying to find the puck again. Still can't freeze it, and finally gets a whistle. Hat Tricks have been doing a lot of damage in front, getting these shots and trying to clean up the rebounds in the blue paint, giving Matt Lenz some problems. Lenz, the rookie from Alberta, but did play a season at Albertus Magnus. Before that, spent some time at Mercyhurst College. And he's got the nod in goal tonight from Justin Coachman. Face off to the opposite side. McDonald surveying behind the net. 70 seconds left in the period. Ahead tape to tape for Michigan. His pass too far behind Klink. One back and dumped in by Austin Belfe. Second line on for the Hat Tricks. Fernando centers, and Rivers almost with another chance. He's had a couple in front. Bounced off the leg of Klink. Again, Jackson Legro able to fire it back in. Rivers, some space in behind, waiting for a pass one-timer. Crom, glove save, didn't get it full, as Michigan had to clean it up in the high slot. One of the best periods of hockey the Hat Tricks have played on home ice in a couple weeks. Pinched in by Henning. Crom, maybe one last rush. 18 seconds left in the period. Throws one on net and will force an offensive zone face-off with 15 seconds on the clock. Definitely the response that all the Hat Tricks faithful inside the arena would have hoped for. Totally different story from last night's first period, where the Wolves almost tripled their opponent's shot tally, currently at 18-14 in favor of the Hat Tricks. Henning lugs it ahead. Fennell, excuse me. Just avoiding some opponents. Sends it all the way down, but an icing with 2.2 seconds. Danbury just needs to survive these last 2 seconds. Noah Robinson in the circle facing off against Klink, trying to orchestrate and set up the quick shot here. Grant Mentis right behind him. Tried the shot right off the faceoff. And the buzzer sounds with the score at 1-1. 2 early goals, one for each team. Noah Robinson got the Hat Tricks on the board with an assist from Maxim Mazyarchuk. A couple minutes later on the power play, Igor Filipov strikes again, his 4th goal this weekend, tying it at 1-1. That's where we stand heading into the first intermission. We'll be back in a bit for the second period here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Let Expedia Cruises Brookfield turn that dream into reality. Our local travel experts offer personalized planning for cruises, all-inclusive resorts, escorted tours, and more. Whether you're seeking a tropical escape or a European adventure, we've got you covered. Visit ExpediaCruises.com to start planning today. At Golf Lounge 18, we deliver state-of-the-art virtual golf fun in Danbury and throughout Connecticut. Equipped with TrackMan 4 technology, our bays allow golfers to play real courses indoors. Reserve your bay or learn more at golflounge18.com. Golf Lounge 18, real golf all year round. Step into Gray Scent Boutique and Candle Bar, where style and creativity come together. Browse our curated finds, enjoy permanent jewelry, or craft your own custom scented candle. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're the perfect spot for gifts, gatherings, and unforgettable experiences. Visit grayscent.com for more information. Got a leak, clog, or plumbing problem you can't ignore? Call Hope Plumbing, your trusted local experts for fast, reliable service. Located in Prospect, Connecticut, help is just a call away. Visit thehopecos.com or call 203-663-3223 today to learn more. Because when it comes to plumbing, there's always hope. Building something great starts with the right materials. At Kellogg Hardwood Lumber, we supply premium hardwoods, custom millwork, and quality lumber for builders, craftsmen, and DIYers alike. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're your trusted source for strength, beauty, and reliability in every project. Visit KelloggHardwoods.com today. Stay warm this winter with Mitchell Oil. From heating oil and propane delivery to HVAC installation and service, we offer comprehensive solutions for homes and businesses. With automatic delivery options, flexible pricing plans, and 24/7 emergency service, Mitchell Oil ensures your comfort year-round. Visit Mitchell.com to become a customer today. Mitchell Oil, ready to serve you. When disaster strikes, Paul Davis is here to help. We provide fast and reliable restoration services from properties damaged by water, fire, mold, or storms, serving both homes and businesses with 24/7 emergency response. Check us out online at pauldavis.com to find a location near you. Looking for a premier golfing experience? Visit Richter Park Golf Course, the #2 public course in the New York metro area. With 4 sets of tees, we challenge golfers of all skill levels. Open daily, Richter Park offers competitive rates and online tee time reservations. Visit richterpark.com to book your round today. Bring back your curb appeal with Rinse and Wash Pressure Washing. From driveways and decks to siding and storefronts, we make your surfaces shine like new. Our team delivers fast, professional results you can count on. Visit rinseandwashct.com today to schedule your clean, because a fresh look starts with a rinse and wash. Stacy's Totally Baked crafts freshly baked goods daily, from cookies and cupcakes to signature cakes for every occasion. Based in Ridgefield, we serve local cafes, cater events, and accept custom orders. Visit stacystotallyBaked.com to browse our menu and place your order. Stacy's Totally Baked, where every bite is made with love. Hungry for a steak? Come to Texas Roadhouse for hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and made-from-scratch sides in a fun, family-friendly setting. Whether you're dining in or ordering to go, Texas Roadhouse offers legendary food and service. For more information, visit texasroadhouse.com/Danbury. At Ventura Law, we speak your language, know your culture, and understand your story. For over 65 years, we've been fighting for the rights of injured individuals across Connecticut and New York. Our compassionate bilingual attorneys guide you through every step, making sure your voice is heard. Visit venturalaw.com for a free consultation. Ventura Law, justice you can trust. Transform your outdoor space with Yard Goats Landscaping, located in Bethel, Connecticut. From spring cleanups and tree work to custom patios, fencing, and masonry, we're your one-stop shop for all things landscaping. Visit yardgoats.io for a free consultation. Yard Goats Landscaping, where your dream yard becomes reality. Need reliable equipment for your next project? Turn to Decker Tool Rental. With locations in Danbury, Bridgeport, and beyond, we offer a full range of rental tools and heavy machinery. Whether you're a contractor or DIYer, our knowledgeable staff ensures you get the right gear for the job. Visit DeckerCatRentalStore.com today. Looking to upgrade your ride or home? Choose Emerald Tint, your premier window tinting masters for Fairfield County. Whether it's automotive, residential, commercial, or marine tinting, we use high-quality ceramic films for superior heat rejection, UV protection, and enhanced privacy. Visit emeraldtint.com today. Raise the glass to great beer at Charter Oak Brewing Company, located here in Danbury. Enjoy 10 rotating drafts, live local music, and a shaded beer garden perfect for your next event. Visit us online at charteroakbrewing.com to learn more.
First intermission here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat-tricks 1, Wolves 1. Patrick Grudberg here to give you a recap of the first period if you're just joining us tonight. The second of 2 games between the Hat-tricks and the Wolves at the DIA last night. A 6-4 win for Watertown. Tonight, after 20 minutes, tied up. A little bit different from last night, where the Hat-tricks scored early, just like they did tonight with a goal from Noah Robinson. Scored at 3:12, assisted by Maxim Mazyarchuk. Picked up a loose puck along the left boards, had some space and fired off a shot, and got the best of Matt Lenz. It was Eli Rivers, actually, last night, who got an early goal that gave the Hat-tricks the lead. But in last night's game, 2 goals from the Watertown Wolves to finish the first period, including one with only seconds left, scored by Igor Filipov, who did score the visitors' goal tonight. Filipov on the power play from Klink and Chernyuk. Found himself in a lot of space in front of Gonzalez's net. no one really around him. And Stephen Klink able to find him from the point and get another assist. Stephen Klink, the leading point scorer for the Wolves this season, has been such a problem every time these two teams have faced off. But Filipov has been the story of the series for Justin Coachman's group. He had 4 points last night and now 1 point tonight. In terms of shots, a much more positive outlook for the Hat Tricks after 20 minutes, 19-14 compared to last night where it was lopsided in the opposite direction, 21-8 in favor of the Wolves. Couple penalties this period. Andre Simonchuk had a slashing minor that set up the power play and the power play goal for the Wolves. Made a nice defensive move, just holding up Klink, and then afterwards just decided to slash his opponent and got 2 minutes in the box, and quickly after that the Wolves tied up the game. A little bit later at 10:46, Simonchuk to the box again, fighting with Ian McDonald. Really gave the Hat Tricks a spark there halfway through the first. Fired up the crowd, everybody loving it with their new towels they've been waving. Everybody got a complimentary terrible towel, as we'll call it. Maybe a terrible Hat Tricks towel, just in black rather than yellow. So relatively clean first period. But that is the story as of now. Still waiting for some of the other games around the league to get started. Most importantly, Blue Ridge and Topeka. Puck drop at 7:05 Central Time, so they'll get started in the next 10 or 15 minutes. In the second intermission, we'll give you an update on that score, as both those teams are now definitely within reach of the Hat Tricks. Topeka has been on a bit of a slide lately. They had a sizable lead over Blue Ridge, but the Bobcats are hot and have only narrowed the gap to 1 point now between those two. Topeka 54 points, and Blue Ridge at 53. Binghamton with a 2-0 lead over Indiana. They had a dominant 5-0 win last night. The only other game going on right now is Columbus and Petey over in the Continental. It's Columbus up 1-0 in the first period. That rounds out some of the sparse but also important out-of-town scores. Just starting now is a battle again in the Continental. Baton Rouge and Biloxi going at it in the Continental Division. There's a recap of the first period here at the DIA. About 8 minutes until the second period gets started. We'll step aside until then and be back for the second period of play here between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Looking for top quality meats? Omaha Beef Company is your go-to wholesale food distributor. We carry a wide selection of beef, poultry, pork, cheeses, and pantry staples. Visit omahabeefcompany.com to learn more. Omaha Beef Company, serving Connecticut with quality you can count on. Is joint pain slowing you down? At Ortho Connecticut, our team of expert orthopedic surgeons and specialists get you back to doing what you love pain-free. From sports injuries to joint replacement, we offer advanced care close to home. Visit myorthoct.com to schedule your appointment today. Looking for a brighter smile? Stony Hill Dental Care offers comprehensive dental services, including sedation, cosmetic, and preventive care. Schedule your appointment today at stonyhilldental.com. Stony Hill Dental Care, where your smile comes first. Get your tickets fast and easy at Tixer.com, the official ticketing partner of the Danbury Hat Tricks. We make it simple to buy, sell, and manage tickets. Get your tickets today at Tixer.com and cheer on your Danbury Hat Tricks. Fire up your appetite with Twins Barbecue Company. Smoked meat.
back here for the second period of play between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Making their way back onto the ice. Hat Tricks scored first in the first period. And before last night, they had been pretty solid when scoring the first goal. They were 9-5 when doing so. After last night, now 9-6. Hoping that they can continue a more positive trend tonight and close out the win after striking first. That Noah Robinson goal, his 10th goal of the season. But for Watertown, still looking for a win that would put them tied for 5th place with Danbury in the standings and really announce themselves as a team that's in the hunt for 4th place. Still a sizable gap between 5th and 4th place right now, as we've mentioned a lot in the last couple weeks, but you never know. Get on a run, never see crazier things. So big second period here between these two teams as we get going. Hat Tricks going from right to left now. Quick centering pass, Mazyarchuk in front. Might have been surprised that the puck even reached him. A beautiful pass there. And this first line continues to gel. A group of 3 skaters that really hasn't played a lot together on the same line before this weekend, or at least the last couple weekends. Very energetic period in the first. One of the better periods of hockey that the Danbury fans have seen in the last couple weeks, the last couple home weekends. Mazyarchuk again. Deking around, backhanded towards the goal, blocked by Zimmerman. Cleared out towards Grant Mentis. Filipov, the goal scorer, shot deflected behind the backboards. Trying to retrieve his shot. The opposite side for Newman. Deep for Grant Mentis. Hennings bouncing, slap shot, knuckles around, and spills out into the corner. Tough shot to track for Rico Gonzalez. Played his first period of hockey in a couple weeks. Trying to complete a full game in a Hat Tricks uniform after the first time he suited up for Danbury was pulled in the second period against the Wolves, in fact, as Rupsov's tripped back onto his feet, but a delayed penalty upcoming. Grant Mentis touches the puck, and the Hat Tricks will have a chance on the power play here. Their first chance on the 5-on-4 tonight. It's going to be Grant Mentis going to the box. Danbury towards the bottom of the league on the power play, about 13%. Second worst out of the 14 teams. See if they can change it here. Shot pass from Rupsov looking for Frondudo. Was able to cycle it back up to the point for Crom. Cross ice, too far ahead of Rivers, but he keeps it in play. Keeps it in the zone. Crom, slap shot, ricocheted high into the netting. John Beerchin again trying the 5-forward lineup. No defenseman out there. You see Jordan Crom manning the point along the blue line. Crom, Frondudo, Rivers, Kandurka, and Rupsov. The 5 in the all-black jerseys tonight. The neon trim. Sold out the Hat Trick store. All in theme for blackout night tonight in the arena. They've won them both games this weekend. 1:37 on the power play. Grant Mentis, 2-minute minor in the box. Ryder chops it clear with the stick. Eli Rivers will retreat and regroup. Poked ahead by Rivers, only as far as Cherniuk. He'll clear it again. 45 seconds off the power play. Trying to spring free is Crom. He's able to skate past a few. Puck now tied up in the far corner. Past Rupsov, Cherniuk lugging it ahead. Poked for Corgan. Lost control. Cherniuk will regain it and try to keep it on the opposite end as they continue to kill the penalty. 45 seconds left now. Still the same group of 5. Rivers at the blue line. One fresh skater, Greg Sosinski, now on. Here on the puck. Slap shot, blockered away. Rivers collects the rebound. Loose from Dudo. Tried to backhand it low for Kandurka and almost did so. Bouncing puck past Ryder. It escapes the offensive zone, and with 15 seconds, some fresh skaters on. That could likely be the end of the first power play opportunity of the night. 8 seconds. Onside. Robinson off the skate of Tomasi. Grant Mentis out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Sosinski with a drive. Zips wide. A low shot. And there's another puck on the ice right now. An orange puck. Players are confused. I have no idea where that came from. I think that's a puck. And we get a look at it here. Yes, Michael Imperio taking that one off the ice. Appropriately focused on the real puck, and suddenly I see a neon orange puck make its way onto the ice. That is a first here at the Danbury Ice Arena for myself. And now just fans getting a reminder to please do not throw things onto the ice. Goes without saying. So we'll reset at center ice with 16:04 in the second. Swung around. Desmarais shielding Henning, trying to escape. Now pinned along that corner. Tomasi gets the puck. Legro slap shot. Pad save. Still with Danbury deep. Desmarais. Legro again. High shot. Bouncing off the behind glass. Klink beats out an icing and takes the puck from Legro. Needs some help. Backhanded towards goal. Past Zimmerman and back down the other end. Mazyarchuk again on the forecheck. First line back out. He forced a couple turnovers. Here's Klink 2-on-1. Filipov behind him. Back for Klink. Bouncing puck. Loose. Michigan tried to stuff it home. This time a slapper from Zimmerman made its way towards the net. Chaotic sequence there. Still not over. Filipov tried to center from behind the net. Ossian sent it back in, delayed offside. Fennell building speed down the right. Lost the puck for a moment now, stuck along the boards. Robinson cycles. Mo Valley pinches. Sends it back deep. Michigan will take it over for Watertown. Fennell whips it around. Maybe took a deflection. And that's what the referees say. No icing as Benchit shuffles it ahead for Grant Mentis. Trying to get past Simonchik. A couple solid defensive moves from Andrei Simonchik tonight, in addition to his time in the penalty box. Powers bouncing puck. And almost stuffed home. Henning pushing down to Mossy, I think it was. And now a full scrum in that corner, bringing us to the under 15-minute timeout. YMCA on the full blast speakers here. We'll step aside. Hat-tricks 1, Wolves 1.
Start your morning off right at Grounds Donut House. Enjoy our oversized artisanal donuts paired with premium coffee. For a unique treat, don't miss our ice cream-filled donuts. If you're looking for a sweet way to kick off your day, visit us in Danbury or check us out online at groundsdonuthouse.com/Danbury. Looking for great craft beer and live music? Visit Housatonic River Brewing in New Milford. Enjoy handcrafted ales in our rustic tap room or outdoor beer garden along the scenic Housatonic River. We're open Wednesday through Sunday with live music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out our full schedule and offerings at HousatonicRiverBrewing.com. Looking for reliable waste management? Choose Interstate Waste Services, your local family-owned provider since 1998. We provide comprehensive waste and recycling solutions for homes and businesses with a commitment to sustainability and community. For more information, visit interstatewaste.com.
Back at the Danbury Ice Arena, fans still enjoying YMCA, and who doesn't? Getting the crowd riled up, maybe a little too riled up, as we saw that second puck make its way onto the ice mysteriously. Still haven't got to the bottom of it. If we do some more reporting, maybe we can find out. There's the Animal House, Section 200. A great turnout tonight. One of the highest attendances just off the eye test that I can remember. Quick off the face-off, as Gennaro Frondudo slipped through after the draw and almost made it 2 for Danbury. Henning pinching and takes a big hit from Simonchik. Still in the zone, Newman trying to angle around a defenseman, and Henning still going at it, this time with Frondudo after taking the big hit from Andrei Simonchik. Off the boards and behind, picked up by Henning. Newman, Grant Mentis, shot was blocked. Ossian's pass deflected high. Picks it back up along the boards, blockered by Gonzalez, and thankfully for Danbury, picked up by Austin Belfay. Bouncing along the blue line, Caden Kandurka. Now Caden Fennell cross ice. Newberg off a couple skates. Hit across by Newman into the path of Grant Mentis. As I mentioned, one of the newer Watertown Wolves. He scored a goal last night. Now Legro flipped it ahead. Kandurka tried to pick up the puck. Now instead Chevers brings it in for Watertown. Bouncing still loose behind the net. Corgan shielding off center. Chernyuk through a defenseman's legs. Sweet move from the defenseman, now on the stick of Zimmerman. Towards the net and deflected in. Tip drill for the Wolves. We'll see who claims the goal. But they take their first lead of the night, 2-1 Watertown. A lot of traffic in front of Rico Gonzalez's net. It was Adam Zimmerman who fired off the shot, and we'll see if the referees did say there was a deflection. Potentially Chris Corgan. We will confirm it when we can, but as of now, Hat-Trick's down 2-1. Halfway through the second period, Stephen Klink with some speed. Rister blocked. Cross ice for Rupsov now with Robinson. Try to move it back for Robinson. Bouncing into the path of Klink, has Filipov. Stephen Klink navigates through the diving poke check and was able to disrupt him enough. 3-on-3 for Danbury. Rupsov will have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Hat-Tricks. Rupsov with the shot. The official goal as of now is Adam Zimmerman. Referees say there was no deflection, so Zimmerman from Ryder and Chernyuk at 8:08. Won by Watertown. Handing over for Powers, tied up by Rivers. Puck trickles to the opposite side. Now poked deep. Simonchik will have to survey here to try to break the press. Rondudo handled for a moment. Puck loose right along the blue line. Trying to pick it up is Rivers right next to his bench and does eventually get the puck. 1-on-3 goes Eli Rivers. Still on the puck. Finds a teammate. Shot wide. Eli Rivers, some individual brilliance there. Tomasi evading defenseman. Simonchik. Now loose with Newberg. Behind Rivers, had it on his stick, Josh Tomasi. 2-on-2, Grant Mentis. Darian Bencic. Shot was blocked before it reached Gonzalez. And McDonald will keep it in for the Wolves. Halfway point in this game, Watertown with a 2-1 lead. Most recent goal, Adam Zimmerman from a shot at the point. And glove save for Gonzalez will bring us to our second media timeout of the period. Hat-tricks facing a 1-goal deficit at the halfway point in this one. A big game for the Hopes for the rest of their season. We'll see what happens on the opposite end of this period. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Raise a glass to locally crafted spirits at Litchfield Distillery. Enjoy free tours and tastings of our award-winning spirits, including bourbon, rye, gin, and ready-to-drink cocktails. Open daily with tours on the hour. Book your spot at litchfielddistillery.com. Litchfield Distillery, batch by batch. Craving a craft beer escape? Come to Reverie Brewing Company in Newtown, where every pint is brewed with passion and flavor. Catch a rotating tap list, enjoy food trucks almost every day, and join us for live events and good times. Visit reveriebrewing.com for our menu, hours, and upcoming events. Reverie Brewing, don't quit your daydream. In the mood for a sweet treat? Visit Twister's Ice Cream Cafe in New Fairfield. Enjoy 32 delicious homemade ice cream and Italian ice flavors, including rotating specials. Plus, catch Twisters at all Danbury Hat-Tricks home games this season. For more information, check them out.
Offensive zone draw for the Wolves. Just took the lead, courtesy of Adam Zimmerman. The defenseman, his third goal of the season. Spent the majority of the year with Watertown. Did play a couple games for the Thunderbirds. Klink with it behind Chernyuk. Shot was blocked. A big block there from, looks like Newberg. Actually, Noah Robinson limping off to the bench. A couple Hat-Tricks players already have taken big blocked shots right to the leg. Given away for Klink. Trying to get it back there is Rondudo. Good backtracking from him. It's Filipov in a lot of space behind. Backhanded towards Klink. Now Chernyuk whiffs on the shot. Klink kept it in. Down low, Mishkin. Maziarchuk clears. Zimmerman retakes for the visitors. Zimmerman, a defenseman from Armstrong, British Columbia. He had an assist in that 8-5 win for the Wolves 2 weeks ago. Hasn't put up a lot of points this season, but a big goal for his team, as we're going to see a tripping call against Noah Robinson, which will put this red-hot Wolves power play back into action. Noah Robinson to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Coming into tonight, Watertown was 10th in the league in power play success, 18%. And that face-off win trickles all the way to the opposite end. 5 seconds in here on the Robinson 2-minute minor for tripping. A big opportunity here for Watertown to try to extend their lead to 2 goals. Chernyuk, Mishkin, cross ice. Benčić one-timer, Klink whiffs on it. Tried to give it back for Benčić and taken away by Caden Kandurka. Going 1-on-2. Kandurka tried the swim move around the taller Chernyuk. Was able to regain the puck. And we'll reset. 1:15 to go on the power play. Shot just goes wide. Mishkin cleans up the rebound in the corner. Klink with a shot, patted away. Chernyuk looking. Now Mishkin. Klink for Chernyuk. Cross ice Mishkin. A lot of passing. Chernyuk, Klink. One player down. Filipov is down in front. Chernyuk with a shot. The net was moved a bit. Either way, Gonzalez makes the save after a long stretch of passing there for the Watertown main power play group. Now the second line of power players will head on there. And a bit of a sigh of relief for Danbury. That first group can move the puck really well. We've seen a lot of it here at the DIA this season. Last time the Hat Tricks fans will see Watertown in action at the DIA. The other 3 games between these two will either be in Watertown or in New Jersey. The aforementioned neutral site game in late March. If you want to check that out. Still 25 seconds left on the Watertown power play. Grant Mentis. Patient. Now low. Up top, Henning. Throws one towards the goal, patted towards the corner. Corrigan trying to retrieve it. 5 seconds. Henning again at the point. Newman for Grant Mentis. Ryder. Robinson is out of the box. 5-on-5. Grant Mentis lining up a shot. Might have been blocked before it reached Gonzalez. Now a tie up in the corner. Puck almost trickled towards the paint. Gonzalez takes no chances. And the Hat Tricks survive on the penalty kill. Mishkin Robinson tie up in the circle. Now a race for it. Rupsov down the left side. Diving poke check Zimmerman. Great defensive move there from the Watertown goal scorer. Prevented the 2-on-1. Yefim Mishkin racing down the left side. Sosinski wins the battle. Up ahead for Rupsov. Mazyarchuk will collect in the corner. Lays off for Rupsov. Robinson wanted it. Almost got the pass. Nearing towards the final 5 minutes of the second period. Giveaway. Rupsov tried to feather it for Mazyarchuk. Almost split the middle there between the two opposing players. Rivers spinning. Beautiful. Eli Rivers almost gets the goal. Would have been arguably one of the goals of the season for the Hat Tricks. Wow. Pirouetting through a defenseman. The individual skill of Eli Rivers. That's why they were able to get him in the Alex Legkov trade. Meanwhile, Caden Fennell dekes around one, block shot, follow-up Simonchik. Couldn't send it home. Lenz able to get his glove on it and frees the puck with 4:50 to go. Momentum back in the direction of the Hat Tricks in the final minutes before this under 5 minute timeout. Still 2-1 Wolves. Adam Zimmerman with the go-ahead goal mid-second period. You're watching the Danbury Hat Tricks on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Upgrade your home with Buzz 8 Appliance, your trusted source for top brand appliances and expert service. We've got the selection and knowledge to help you find the perfect fit. Visit our showrooms in Danbury and Brookfield or shop online at buzz8appliance.com. Buzz 8 Appliance, where quality meets dependability. Discover fresh quality and unbeatable value at Carluzzi's, your family-owned grocery market. We've got everything you need under one roof. Proudly serving Danbury and surrounding communities. Visit carluzzi's.com for weekly specials. Carluzzi's, where quality meets community. Hungry? Chick-fil-A has you covered in Brookfield on Federal Road and inside the Danbury Fair Mall. From the original chicken sandwich to fresh salads and nuggets, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner your way. The perfect way to feed your family. Chick-fil-A, great food, friendly service. Craving something sweet? Treat yourself at Peach Wave of Bethel. Choose from a variety of creamy frozen yogurts, pile on your favorite toppings, and create the perfect swirl every time. Located right in the heart of Bethel,
2-1 Wolves. Offensive zone draw upcoming here for Danbury after a couple quick sequences where the Hat Tricks almost got a tying goal. Eli Rivers will clip that one. That would have been one of the goals of the season if that went in. Pushed away by Lenz. Rupsov, bouncing puck in front. Collected by Mazyarchuk up ahead at the point for Mo Valley. Rupsov cycles. Robinson centered. No one there. Mazyarchuk trying to recollect it and keep possession. First line continuing to doing great work. One-timer. Mazyarchuk gloved by Lenz. Matt Lenz has been pretty busy tonight. Already 28 shots on goal for Danbury. Watertown winning the second period 11-9 in terms of shots. And now the second line on for John Birchin, Rivers, Frondudo, Belfe. Belfe slotted down to the second line, swapped with Mazyarchuk. And it looks like it's paid off tonight at least. Still trailing by 1 goal. With 4 minutes to go in the second period. Hat Tricks trying to find a tying goal before we head to the second intermission. Chevers and Corrigan 2-on-2. Blockered high up into the netting by Gonzalez. We'll have an offensive zone draw for Watertown. There's Justin Mo Valley, the veteran defenseman from Gloucester, Mass. Another Mass native along with Kyle Penton on this Hat Tricks team. Probably very excited for tomorrow's game. Won't have to guess who he's rooting for. He's got 2 assists in his last 5 games. He was traded mid-season last year from Athens and has played with the team since. Been a pivotal part of their defensive group as Lenz raises the puck on the other end. Robinson wins the faceoff. Thrown towards the net by Sosinski. Fennell deep. Zimmerman almost pickpocketed. Now Klink surrounded at the half wall. Mazyarchuk going at it. Chernyuk lost his stick. No penalty on the play. Klink racing around the left side. Centered. Mishkin trailing. Shot. Collides with an opponent after the shot. It did reach Gonzalez. Steven Klink has such individual speed. Filipov held up by Fennell. He's lobbying for a penalty for a second there. Robinson. Chernyuk loses his stick again as the Hat Tricks enter the zone. Mishkin trips, no penalty. A sloppy sequence here for both teams. How about a couple clean passes as it's pinned along the corner. Rupsov trying to pry it free eventually. Now on the stick of Ian McDonald. 4-on-3 for Watertown. Chevers lugging it in on the backhand. Threw it towards goal. Went high. McDonald will retrieve. Newberg out for Tomasi. Fennell leading the charge. Desmarais tried to pass it back and forced Matt Lenz to cover the puck again. Gennaro Frandudo again with the loss of Jonny Ruiz. All the centers were kind of bumped up into the line above them. Frandudo playing second line tonight. Simonchik with another shot on goal. He's produced a couple shots from the point so far tonight. As Belfay handles along the half wall. High shot, Sosinski. Loose for a while before Brad Ryder cleaned it up. Corgan tripped, delayed penalty. Wolves are going to go back on the power play for the rest of the second period. Sosinski to the box, another tripping call. Watertown 1 for 2 on the night. They scored their first power play goal. Igor Filipov. And most recently this period on the Noah Robinson tripping penalty, weren't able to convert there. But another chance to double their lead in the last couple minutes here of period number 2. Michigan at the blue line. Cherniuk for Klink. Now Cherniuk, a lot of room to walk in. Fires off the post. Konstantin Cherniuk almost made it 3. Klink right back in. Now circling, goes cross ice for Cherniuk. Threw it opposite side Michigan. Now this group of 5 will set up their passing. Bencic, high for Klink. Saw some space, but gloved by Gonzalez. If the Wolves do not score here in the final minute and 9 seconds, there'll be about 15 seconds or so of power play time to start the third period. Klink wins the faceoff, right for Michigan. To the side, Cherniuk back for Michigan. Looking for a shooting lane. Cross ice, Klink one-timer. Off target. He had the one-timer ready. Bencic, low, Cherniuk. Klink wasn't ready for the one-timer. Cherniuk, shot wide. Cross ice, Michigan. Great save, Gonzalez. Going right to left. 35 seconds to go in the period. Bencic, Michigan. Penalty killers have been on for a while for Danbury. They need a clearance. Filipov low, deflected pass. Bencic circling, 22 seconds. Cherniuk, Klink. Pass after pass. Now Michigan behind the net. Centered. Point blank save. Gonzalez cleared all the way down, and that should do it for the period. Although I shouldn't speak too fast. Klink the other way as the Hat-Tricks are trying to change. One-timer whiffed by Bencic, and that will be it for the second period. Action-packed sequence in the Danbury defensive end. Watertown having every pass they could want, and somehow not scoring on the 5-on-4. It remains 2-1 Watertown. Adam Zimmerman's go-ahead goal at 8:08 in the second is the difference so far. There'll be 13 more seconds of a power play for Watertown when we start the third period. Danbury facing another deficit like last night heading into the final frame. We'll step aside for a bit, be back for the out-of-town scores report during the second intermission, and get you ready for the final period of action this weekend between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves.
It's time for a tasty, gooey treat. Crumble Cookies in Danbury has the freshest, warmest cookies around. With 6 new gourmet cookie flavors every week, there's always a reason to treat yourself. For the latest flavors and updates, visit crumblecookies.com/Danbury. Visit Danbury Duck Pin Bowling Lanes for family fun. Enjoy the classic charm of duck pin bowling with 16 lanes, including a private party room. Perfect for kids' parties, senior leagues, and casual play. Open daily with affordable rates and a welcoming atmosphere. Visit DanburyDuckPin.com to reserve your lane today. Looking for a bank that puts you first? Visit Fairfield County Bank, serving Connecticut since 1871. With 17 local branches, we offer personal and business banking, mortgages, insurance, and investment services, all with a personal touch. Visit FairfieldCountyBank.com to learn more.
Remember when a night out didn't break the bank? When fun was simple, social, and full of laughter? Bowling is still that place. Affordable, timeless, and made for everyone. Get more laughs per dollar bowling at Spins Bowl.
Tricks and Wolves here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network. Second intermission, about 5 minutes away from period number 3. We'll give you an out-of-town scores look. As I mentioned, only 4 other games going on in the Fed this weekend, a rather light slate. 4 teams are resting this weekend. So we'll give you the scores that are going on as of now. We'll start in Binghamton, where the Black Bears are leading the Indiana Sentinels 3-0 in the third period, looking for a weekend sweep there. Between the 1st and 7th teams in the Empire. The other very important Empire matchup tonight, Blue Ridge Bobcats facing off against the Topeka Scarecrows. That one's in the early goings of the second period, still scoreless, 0-0 between those two teams. If there are any goals or any major updates from that game as the third period progresses, we will let you know. But this game here in Danbury will go final before that one finishes. That one started an hour later than the game here in Connecticut. 2 other games going on in the Continental Division. First, Columbus and PD tied 2-2 in the second period. And also in the second period, we've got Baton Rouge leading 2-1 over the Biloxi Breakers. And that is it. Rather short out-of-town scores look. For those just joining us, 2-1 Watertown over Danbury here at the DIA. First period, both teams got a goal. Noah Robinson got the scoring started for the Hat Tricks at 3:12 with his 10th goal of the season. Minutes after that, Igor Filipov tied things up with a power play goal. His 4th goal of the weekend. He had a hat trick last night in the Wolves' 6-4 win. Going into the second period, it was still tied until at 8:08 in the second period, Adam Zimmerman's shot from the point got through some traffic and got the better of Rico Gonzalez. Thought there might have been a tip on the shot. A lot of bodies in front, but nobody got a stick on it, so Adam Zimmerman gets his 3rd goal of the season, the defenseman. And that is where things stand in terms of scoring. Pretty high scoring in terms of the shots. If you look at both teams, 31-29 right now in favor of Danbury. Watertown did outshoot the Hat Tricks 15-12 in the second. Both goalies have been pretty busy. Been a game of a lot of chances, a lot of almost goals, maybe some missed chances that both teams would have liked to see go in. A very action-packed game for such a low-scoring one, 2-1. We've seen a lot of really high-quality chances for Danbury go without a goal. And the same goes for Watertown. About 2 minutes away here from the start of the third period. We'll set you up here as we have the final period of hockey between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves at the DIA this season. We've had a lot of games, but these two teams will play the final 3 matchups between each other on the road, or there is one neutral site game in New Jersey on March 21st. It'll be those 3 to finish out the season series. Right now, as it stands, Watertown 5-7 against Danbury on the year. So Danbury hoping to extend that lead tonight. And most importantly, finally, looking at playoff position. Most of these Blue Ridge games are so important, and the reason why I keep bringing them up is because they're the team that are just ahead of Danbury in the standings, a team that swept the Hat Tricks last weekend down in Virginia and really extended their lead and took a stronghold on that 4th place spot, but still very much in reach with 19 games to go for the Hat Tricks. This upcoming stretch will likely be the most important stretch of hockey in terms of the schedule the rest of the season. Last 20 minutes here as Rico Gonzalez leads the guys out of the locker room and onto the ice. After tonight, 4 straight games against the Indiana Sentinels, a team who the Hat Tricks haven't played since late October. They took a trip out to Columbus, Indiana, and got 2 wins on that trip. Danbury will host the Sentinels for the first time in Indiana's franchise history. This is their inaugural season. So they'll come to the DIA next weekend. The following weekend, the Hat Tricks will go out to Indiana. That is 4 straight games against the bottom team in the division. So you'd think, as a Hat Tricks fan, that they could pick up a bunch of wins there. And if they're able to come back here tonight and maybe even sweep all those 4 games, John Bierchen's group can put themselves right into playoff contention. But that is what is at stake tonight. Hat Tricks desperately need a win here. Trying to split the weekend series, stop this mini 3-game skid, and get a win for a packed crowd here at the DIA. A great turnout on this Saturday night. It is frigid outside most of the day. Wind chill of below 0. When I was making my way into the arena, it was -15. So really awesome to see all the fans still show up despite the weather. And hopefully they see a good third period. Anton Rubtsov trying to get things started. Robinson slap shot. Lenz couldn't handle it. Robinson tried to get a second stab at it. And Maziarchuk will try to keep it alive for the Hat Tricks. It spills out into the neutral zone as Konstantin Chernyuk plays the puck. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Greg Sosinski to the Hat Tricks bench. He'll actually stay on the ice as the 5th skater for the moment. He had the tripping penalty towards the end of the second period that set up that 3rd opportunity for the Wolves on the 5-on-4. Klink maneuvering, shot high. And a lot of space. Stephen Klink right down Broadway. Henning tripped up with Rubtsov. A couple calls for a penalty. Sosinski fires it ahead. No icing. Rivers trying to gain the puck behind the net. Now Frondudo centering. Past everyone down low. Sent back in deep by Legro. Belfe shot wide. Turning around quick as he found the puck. Legro will catch and play it for Belfe again. Belfe's got 5 points in his last 5. The main creator on that second line for John Bierchen. Third line now out there doing work. Picking up the puck is Caden Kandurka. Josh Newberg shoved down by Henning. The 2 veterans going at it right along the line. The referee takes a spill. Everybody's going to the ground. There's a centering pass. Benčić up for Grant Mentis. Outnumbered and taken away by Fennell. He'll send it back for Ossian. Eklund Ossian and Grant Mentis, 2 of the newest players on the Wolves. In fact, they don't have their nameplates yet on their jerseys, so just a blank 39 and a blank 44 jersey for those 2 until they can maybe stitch their names on as soon as possible by the time they get back to Watertown tomorrow. 17:23 to go in the 3rd. A look at Justin Movalli playing alongside Jackson Legro tonight on that second defensive pair. Corgan and Robinson in the circle. Tied up. Sosinski finds the puck and flips it high. Maziarchuk on the chase, trying to hunt down McDonald, who lost an edge and gave it away to Fennell. Laid off for Robinson into the zone. Almost the same exact spot where he scored in the first period. And gets a good shot off there. Robinson setting up, telling Maziarchuk where to be if he can win this face-off, which he cannot. Corgan wins it. Bumped ahead for Chevers. Might have been played with a high stick there. It was. Played by Chevers, number 12 in white. He's got 5 points against the Hat Tricks this season in 11 games. Played a bit of last season with the Venom before joining Watertown. He'll play it across for Chris Corgan. Gonzalez flips it along the boards. Taken by Robinson. Maziarchuk cross ice, bouncing puck. Almost found its way to Anton Rubtsov. Fonduto there first for Belfay. Deking around. Kept in the zone by Simonchik. The shot was blocked by Corgan, but still sticks with it. Around for Fonduto. Rivers. Belfay. Score! Austin Belfay ties it up for the Hat Tricks. It's 2-2. Rivers on the puck in the corner. Teed it up perfectly for Austin Belfay, who takes advantage of the space there in the slot, gets his 10th goal of the season. He's already surpassed his point total from last year when he was with the Blue Ridge Bobcats, and picks up a massive goal there for Danbury, who finds an early tying goal here in the third. Now on the stick of Igor Filipov, who goes flying as he's crunched right along the blue line. Tried to jump over. It might have been Simonchik there. Ahead for Desmarais. Backhanded to Masi. Almost a quick 1-2 pass in front. Mishkin tries to clear. Batting it is Desmarais. And the fourth line will head to the bench, back for Rubtsov and the first liners. Maziarchuk again dispossesses an opponent. Rubtsov's shot goes wide as Stephen Klink picks up the puck for Watertown. Justin Coachman's leading point scorer this season. They'll look to him this period to find some magic and secure a weekend sweep. But the Hat Tricks have life. A tying goal from Austin Belfay. Assisted by Eli Rivers. Maziarchuk tried to lay it back for Rubtsov. Finds the puck, cross ice, and almost got a third there. Quickly with Grant Mentis, trying to steer around Legro and just holds him up. Ties up the new Watertown forward just enough. Maziarchuk, shot was deflected. Again with Grant Mentis, trying to evade Fonduto and Rivers. It's Belfay from Fonduto and Rivers at 3:42. Puck goes all the way down. We'll have an icing at 14:15. Austin Belfay ties it up for the Hat Trick. It's a 2-2 game, heading deeper into the third period here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Head over to TK's American Cafe on White Street for 80 different wing flavors and good times. With 30 flat screen televisions and free Wi-Fi, we're the perfect spot to catch the game or enjoy a night out. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. TK's American Cafe. Make sure to try our Hat Trick flavor. When life brings legal challenges, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. From business law and real estate to estate planning and litigation, our experienced attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Proudly serving clients across Fairfield County and Western Connecticut. Learn more at danburylaw.com. Nothing freshens like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. From classic Coke to a wide variety of sparkling and still drinks, we've got something for everyone. Learn more at CokeNortheast.com, because every sip deserves a smile.
Tie game here at the DIA. Some kids fired up from that Austin Belfay goal. Sweet Home Alabama on the loudspeakers. And we've got a close one here as we near towards the end of this one. So a lot of time left in the third period. Caden Fennell breaking out with Austin Belfay, who got that goal. One-timer from the slot. Beautiful laid-off pass by Rivers there. Belfay around the outside. Someone lost an edge. It was Frondudo kind of right in the traffic. Might have blocked Belfay's vision. Rivers regroups. The rest of his line mates will change. He'll dump it in and do the same. Again, a wicked bounce in that corner. If you can play it right, you can almost predict where the puck's going to be. Sasinski, tight angle. Lenz couldn't freeze it. The puck was right there along his pad. Instead, players go crashing into the net, and we'll have a whistle. Referees will put the net back on its moorings. Hat tricks 5-1 in terms of shots early this period. 36-30 overall in the game. They were outshot last night in the loss. Maziarchuk slicing through the traffic and worked a shot off in a great space there. Robinson, Mo Valley pressured. He'll cycle it deep for Maziarchuk. Tie up behind. Waiting for the puck to slip free. Taken by Rupsov. Sasinski towards the net, high over Lenz. Rupsov giveaway, Mishkin. And now Klink and company will race the other way, 3-on-3. Cross ice for Powers. Pad save Gonzalez. Newman navigating 1-on-5. His shot deflects into the netting. Josh Newberg, one of the veteran players in this group, who you think with the loss of Jonny Ruiz is a guy who we'd expect to step up, who's been around for a while, who's been around the block, excuse me. He's played a lot more than he typically had before, as there was a whistle and Grant Mentis took a shot after the whistle towards the goalie, which is one of the things you usually don't want to do. One of the cardinal sins in hockey, shooting at the goalie after the whistle. And now a whole group of players having a discussion with the officiating crew. We'll start back up, 12:25 on the clock as Newman steps into the circle. Flipped ahead by Allegro. Kandurka battling along the red line as it goes deep into the Danbury zone. Newman cross ice. Ossian trying to handle it and could not. Give away in the neutral zone. Fennell pushed to the ground, to the ice by Benčić. Ahead for an icing with 11:49. With that goal, Austin Belfay, 3 points on the weekend. He had 2 assists last night in the loss. So a productive 2 games for number 88, who's been playing on this second line. And both him and Maziarchuk, with the changes They've both played excellent tonight. So a bit of tinkering from Coach Bierchen has really paid off, it looks like, from the layman's perspective. Simonchik shot into the opposite corner. Loose along the blue line, picked up by Frandudo. His shot was blocked. Now ahead for Grant Mentis. Going up against Sasinski. Still with it eventually. Taken back by Frandudo, tracking back. Tipped in. Danbury will get a change. First line back on. Adam Zimmerman with some space. Leading the charge, the defenseman who got the second goal tonight for Watertown and gave them a temporary lead. Robinson, now Rupsov. Still being badgered by Klink as he makes his way to the corner. As Yarchuk cycled, Robinson one-timer. Got a lot of heat on that for a bouncing puck, Robinson. Now Mo Valley behind the net. Trying to evade the pressure, gives it away for Filipov, centered. Klink was there. Michigan now on the puck. Cross ice. Had Filipov in front again, who's parked himself right next to Mo Valley. Henning, deep, Filipov again. One of the top performers for Watertown, not just this weekend, but this season. Henning throws one towards goal. Legro and company poking at it along the near half wall. Halfway through the third period, Austin Belfay's goal at 3:42 this period has tied it up for the home team. Newman, Henning, bouncing in behind. Crom trickles ahead for Kandurka. 1-on-2, getting around Powers. Kandurka, high save, Lenz. .9:24 to play in the third. Big chances for both teams on both ends. Both goalies had long, busy nights. And it looks like it'll continue that way in the final 9 minutes and change. Don't go anywhere. A great one here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Still 2-2, hat-tricks and Wolves.
Looking for the best in beverage distribution? Choose DiCello Distributors. From Anheuser-Busch to local craft beers, we offer a full range of beer, cider, and non-alcoholic options. Serving New Haven, Fairfield, and Middlesex counties, we're committed to quality service and community. Visit DiCello.com to learn more. Diversified Printing Solutions is your full-service print partner in Danbury. With over 50 years of combined experience, we handle everything from graphic design and branded premiums to bindery mailing and smaller large print runs. DPS doesn't just print, we help you communicate from concept to delivery. Visit us online at dprintingsol.com. Struggling with pain or mobility issues? Turn to Hartsburg Chiropractic Health Center in Danbury. Specializing in posture correction, sports injuries, sciatica, arthritis, and more, our patients rave about personalized care and lasting results. Visit hartsburgchiropractic.com to schedule your consultation.
9:24 to go in the third period. Still a deadlock between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves. Offensive zone face-off upcoming for the Hat Tricks and the second line. Frandudo in the circle against Newman. Sasinski keeps it in play. Belfay finds a loose puck and almost put it home from the same position. Sasinski winds up and misses the net. Legro able to shovel it deeper. Eventually back out right with Legro again. He'll head to the bench as he sends it in deep. Belfay back on the puck looking for the tip in front. Rivers almost got a stick on it. Looked like that was the intention there. Newman fell onto the ice. Now Sosinski with a poke check. Simonchik trying to win the puck back from Grant Mentis. Deflected all the way down. And now a full change for Danbury. No icing. Grant Mentis did get a touch on it. Centering pass from Filipov was broken up. Sosinski, Simonchik trying to bank it off the glass. Now eventually ahead. Robinson. Save, Lenz. Wow. Extending with the glove. Beautiful feed from Robinson over to Mazyarchuk. The arena inside here getting loud. We will rock you. Hat tricks need every little bit they can get from this home crowd. Trying to will their way to a weekend split and stay alive in this playoff push. Still 19 games left, but as I've mentioned, a big opportunity here upcoming in the next 4 or 5 games. Chernyuk taken away. Rivers tried to go around Zimmerman. Fennell sends it in, deflected off the skate of Zimmerman. And Lenz will freeze it. First line of Robinson, Rupsov, and Mazyarchuk back out there. They played a lot this period. Mazyarchuk picking up again, forcing a blocker save out of Matt Lenz. Rupsov being pressured all the way up to the blue line, still keeps it in the zone. Mazyarchuk shuffled it across, didn't find a teammate, and now flipped out of danger by the Wolves. Approaching 7 minutes to go in the third. We've had 3 overtime games in this arena between these two. Could we have another? Still lots of time left. Mazyarchuk slap shot. Ricochets to the opposite side. Rupsov being pressured. Robinson shoots. And a save from Lenz. Robinson, a follow-up blockered towards the near corner. Hat tricks producing more shots than they have the last couple games, especially last night. Now leading the shots 44-31 and 13-2 this period. It has felt like it. Gonzalez will freeze it with 6:28. Everybody here on the edge of their seats feeling that a goal is coming, especially in the last 3 or 4 minutes. We've seen a couple near goals. That Robinson feed to Mazyarchuk, the closest the Hat Tricks have gotten to taking back the lead, which they took early, courtesy of Noah Robinson, back in the first at 3:12. His 10th goal of the year coming in the first. Chernyuk trying to get some space away from Kandurka. Moves it to the other side. Crom almost wins it back right in front of his bench. Klink lays out Newberg as we get a whistle. Neutral zone face-off. Won by Michigan. Chernyuk's pass deflected. Scooped up by Belfay. Now Allegro banks it off. Beautiful pass for Frondudo. Belfay shoots. Not fully handled by Lenz. But now back with Stephen Klink. Down the left side. Shot from outside. Belfay picked up the puck right down low. They'll go back the other way. 3-on-2 if they can hurry now. 3-on-3. Belfay for Rivers. Deflected. Maybe off his skate. And forces Matt Lenz to freeze the puck yet again. Mentioned Hat Tricks will host the Sentinels next weekend. For Watertown, they'll take a trip down to Blue Ridge. So ever more important if they can win this one and tie up with Danbury. Then they have 2 games next weekend where they can make up serious ground against Blue Ridge, an opportunity that the Hat Tricks had last weekend. There's a shot from the point. Simonchik keeping it in. Now trickles out into the neutral zone. Sasinski flipped it right towards Lenz. Danbury will get a partial change. Bencic whacked it in. Mo Valley pressured by Grant Mentis, able to maneuver past him and into the neutral zone. Mo Valley will lug it in, down the left side. Bounces behind, past a couple players and back out the other end. Filipov on the puck. Grant Mentis for Filipov. Had a tip in front. Gonzalez was there to freeze it. Two Hat Tricks and Wolves still game on a knife's edge. Will we find a game-winning goal, or will we see another overtime classic between these two clubs? Don't go anywhere. You're watching Danbury Hat Tricks hockey on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Recover with confidence at Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for sports injuries, post-surgical rehabilitation, and chronic conditions. As the official PT provider for the Danbury Hat Tricks, we specialize in advanced treatments like dry needling, cupping, and KT taping. Visit us online at hatcityphysicaltherapy.com to schedule a consultation. Serving handcrafted drinks, Cash and Live Coffee Creations combine flavor, creativity, and community in every cup. Visit us online at cashandlivecoffee.com or check us out in the Danbury Ice Arena. Cash and Live Coffee Creations, where every sip tells a story. Make your stay comfortable at La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham Danbury. With spacious rooms, free breakfast, and modern amenities, we've got everything you need to relax and recharge. Conveniently located in Danbury.
Tie game, 4:31 to go in the third. Hat Tricks and Wolves trying to find a go-ahead goal here in the final minutes. Poked ahead for Mazyarchuk. Outside slot shot. Flink couldn't find the puck. Rubtsov still on the puck. He's able to work off a shot. Mishkin trying to clear for the Wolves and does. Fennell back ahead. Mazyarchuk trying to find a lane. Moves it for Anton Rubtsov. High slap shot. Half caught by Lenz. And pushed back out again into the neutral zone. Mazyarchuk dumps it and will go to the bench. Second line on for John Bierchin, under 4 minutes. Flink lays it off for Henning. He'll go to the bench. Trevor Newman pinned and taken away. Caden Fennell on the hit. Centered for Belfay through his skates. Off the skate of Grant Mentis this time. No icing. No Valley circling behind the net. Great pass from Rivers for Gennaro Frondudo. Threw one towards goal. Easy save for Lenz. Frondudo still on the ice. Trying to take the puck back. Now up ahead with Darian Bencic. Newman, Bencic, left wing. Low shot just goes wide. Noah Robinson scored the first goal of the game. You got a whistle. Robinson, first line center. He had that goal from the left circle. Picked up a loose puck and a really great wrister. He's in the face-off circle again. This first line has played a lot of minutes this third period. They've got to be tired. They're still searching for a tying goal. Mazyarchuk again is cut in from that left wing after some face-off wins and gotten off quick shots. Does it again there. Maxim Mazyarchuk feathered ahead this time behind the red line. Will have an icing with 2:13 to go. Looking very quickly at the out-of-town score, Blue Ridge up 2-0 against Topeka in the second. They're one of the hottest teams in the league, 8-1-1, and still keeping pace and keeping that gap pretty large between Danbury and themselves. And they would actually overtake Topeka for third place at this rate, and Topeka would be the team to watch that could potentially drop out of playoff position in the next week to months. Under 2 minutes to play. 2-2, all tied up between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves. The final time these two teams will meet at the DIA this season. Had some instant classics at this rink this season between the two. Caden Fennell's overtime winner back in November. Jonny Ruiz's 200th career goal a couple weeks back. And then the overtime winner from Eli Rivers scoring his first goal for the Wolves. A shootout win 2 weekends ago. What'll it be here? Minute 20 seconds. Diving to the ground was Robinson. Picking it up, Grant Mentis. Lays off Mishkin. Squeezed and saved Gonzalez. Rico Gonzalez, 31 saves tonight. Meanwhile, Danbury winning the shot battle this period 19-4. It's now 50-33 overall in shots. So Matt Lenz has been a very busy goalie tonight, stepping in after not playing last night. They'll freeze the puck there with exactly a minute to go in the third. Looking all the way back to the first time these two teams met on this ice, back on Halloween. For Danbury, only 8 active players left on the roster, and none of the goalies. Rico Gonzalez was still playing for PD at the time. Puck is loose, Frondudo, now Belfe almost got his stick on it, cycled it for Frondudo. 48 seconds. Sosinski sends it back in. Rivers will lead the forecheck here. And a giveaway, Belfe, Frondudo, bouncing puck, blocked by Chernyuk. Still circling behind the net. Fired off a shot of his own. Bencic picks it up. 20 seconds, Fennell. Danbury trying to catch him out of a change. Rivers just couldn't pick it up cleanly. Now Mazyarchuk centers. Backhanded pass was in the right space, but no one there. 6 seconds. Stephen Klink trying to beat the buzzer. Klink, beautiful poke check. Greg Stasinski saving the day in the dying seconds. And we will head to overtime for the 4th time this season between the Wolves and the Hat Tricks at the DIA. Heroic stuff there from Greg Stasinski. We'll see if we can get a replay. But Stephen Klink, the main guy you would want to be seeing going on a breakaway in the final seconds for the Wolves. so difficult there to not only get the poke check, but to avoid a tripping penalty and a potential penalty shot in the final seconds. Sosinski has grown into that first defenseman role. We'll see it here. Yep, a beautiful diving poke check. Able to dispossess Klink with his right glove, holding firmly on the stick. 2-2 as we head to overtime. So far this season, hat tricks are 3-3 in the overtime / shootout situations. Of the 3 games that these two teams have played in overtime or a shootout, 2 of them have been overtime winners for Danbury, and the third was a shootout win for Danbury. The only other overtime game they've had on home ice was back against the Binghamton Black Bears on December 12th. That was a 2-3 loss against the league leaders, who are cruising right now, and picked up another win against the Sentinels. If that's not final, they're up 5-0. Blue Ridge still up 2-0 against Topeka, who would jump into third place if that result holds. Five minutes on the clock, 3-on-3 hockey. Hat tricks dominating shots on goal, 51-34. We mentioned it at the end of the third period. It ended up 20-5. 4 times as many shots for Danbury. Rico Gonzalez, his first full start for Danbury. What a moment here. A win for the Hat Tricks or the Wolves would give them 2 points. So the Hat Tricks will not relinquish 5th place regardless of what happens. The Watertown Wolves would still be 1 point behind. But let's see here, 3-on-3 hockey here at the DIA. An extra 5 minutes on this Saturday night. Maziarchuk into the slot, low shot, saved. Filipov. Michigan back for Chernyuk. Just trying to dig it out of their zone and get a rush of their own going. Filipov feathered ahead for Chernyuk, the defenseman leading the charge, skipping into the slot and pressured well by Fennell, who scored an overtime winner back in November. His first career goal is a hat trick. A wild one. Threw a shot from behind the red line, behind the goal line, off the goalie's back. Michigan walking in now and surveying for the Wolves. He'll take it right back out. 1 minute played in the overtime period. Klink, lots of speed, dangles down the slot. Klink denied by Gonzalez. It ran out of room and poked into the net by Greg Sosinski. And the Wolves take an overtime win in the most devastating ways for the Danbury Hat Tricks. Unclear who it officially hit off. Stephen Klink made his way down the slot and couldn't get a shot off immediately. Instead, threw it towards the crease and it bounced off someone's skate. Players consoling Rico Gonzalez there. He played a fantastic game in his first true start for the Hat Tricks. But for Danbury, they fall to 11-20, 3-4. They pick up 1 point. They'll move to 43 points, still in 5th place. For Watertown, a big weekend for them. They pick up 5 points overall, 2 points tonight, 41 points, 1 point behind Danbury. 10-19, 3-5. Hat-Tricks will be back on home ice next weekend against the Indiana Sentinels, looking to get back on track after dropping 4 straight games here. This one coming in overtime, 1 minute and 15 seconds in. Watertown again will be down in Blue Ridge, playing one of the hottest teams in the division, who are on their way to sliding into 3rd place. Matt Lenz gets the win in goal for Watertown. One of the most impressive opposing goalie performances of the season, you have to say, for Watertown. Faced a lot of shots, 52 shots on goal, and only let in 2 goals. Very impressive performance from the rookie netminder from Alberta. But folks, that is where we will leave you. 3-2 Wolves is the final score. Overtime winner for the visitors. They sweep the Hat-Tricks here at the DIA this weekend. Danbury will be back in action against the Sentinels here at the DIA again next Friday. For our entire production team, Patrick Grudberg here on Play by Play. Thank you for being with us tonight, and have a nice rest of your night. Take care.